Before I get into the video, I just want to let you know I've got a comic book coming out this week. What you're going to want to do is sign up over on the publisher website, Ripison. Go down to the bottom of the page, and there is a place to put an email in. You're going to want to be up to date on this one. It's going to be a pretty awesome book, and I want to get it out to you soon. You won't have to wait. As soon as the campaign is done, it's shipping out because the book is done, and it is awesome. So check out the link in the description. Sign up, and when it comes out, get ready because this book is going to be amazing. As you know, Star Wars Celebration happened over the weekend, and nobody really seems to care. Now, Andor seems to be resonating. A lot of people checking out the Andor first look videos. But other than that, no one really seems to care about really much of the announcements that came out because, I mean, how do you even know they're really going to come out? Star Wars Celebration exists to announce things and then never make them. It's happened so many times, from Rogue One to that Lando show. Where's that show? That seems like it would have been a no-brainer, but never happened. Don't think it's ever going to happen. The Rian Johnson trilogy, all kinds of stuff. What do you have? The Taika Waititi movie, or however you say his name, the guy who directed the Thor movies. That movie seems to have just gone away too. They announce things and they never come. It's actually kind of funny. Who even knows if we're going to see any of the shit they announced during this? But anyway, Kathleen Kennedy. She was supposed to retire. That was the rumor. And I think she is going to step down from her position as president of the company. I don't think that she keeps that, but that doesn't mean she's going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. She's going to produce things, still kind of be a shadow leader. Or hell, maybe even she stays in as president because everybody wants her to leave, but she refuses to leave. She's like, I'm not going anywhere. And she said it again. Kathleen Kennedy doubles down. I'm not retired. I'm not going anywhere. So maybe she stays on. This feels like a threat. Are you threatening me, Kathy? I really don't care. I hope she does stay on. I hope she stays on and runs it right into the ground even harder. There's a lot of apathy for Star Wars. I think so Andor was very well received. A lot of people liked Andor Season 1. And there does seem to be some hope for Andor Season 2. God bless you if you're excited for it. I just don't care about Star Wars that much anymore. I don't think you can fix that brand. She has really damaged Star Wars. Really damaged this brand. You see it in the sales. You see it in the game sales. Remember that Star Wars Outlaws game? What happened with that? You see it with the toys. They rot on shelves now. They end up becoming pretty much just bargain bin bullshit for Ollies after a year or so. Nobody's watching any of this new shit. The Acolyte was DOA. The views for that thing are a joke. She has caused massive apathy towards this franchise. And now she's come out and clarified again, I'm not going anywhere. You know why she's doing that? Because everybody got excited that she was actually going to leave. Even if she leaves, it's just kind of too little too late, in my opinion. You really need to rest this franchise, I think, for like 10 years, and then bring it back. That might help a little, actually, but in this form, on the vision that she's created, which, believe me, if Dave Filoni steps in as the leader, and I do believe that's who gets her job when she eventually does leave, he's just going to continue into the same direction she has. He's no better. Maybe he was back in the day when he was under George, but he strikes me as kind of a bootlicker. Male feminist for sure. He's clarified that he is. Good old Cowboy Dave. But here's where all this came from. So she was talking with Screen Rant in some press booth. Collider was there, and they asked her the question, "Are you leaving, Kathy?" She said, "No, I have no plans. I have no plans to retire." Kathleen Kennedy serves as president of Lucasfilm and has been a producer on some of your favorite films. Okay, no, let me take that back. Her older movies, which I don't even know what she did on them. She has an impressive resume if you take a look at it, but then you have to ask, after seeing what she has done with her being in charge of everything, you have to wonder what roles she played on those old movies. She was like the coffee girl or something. That's the joke anyway. But the woman in charge of Star Wars has faced her fair share of rumors and noise, probably because most of her stuff has been trash. She hasn't really done anything but run Star Wars into the ground. Nothing there has been great. Maybe the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian? And then it's almost like she was mad fans liked it, so she ran into the ground, bringing Lizzo in for cameos and shit. More recently, a report came out that Kennedy was retiring from the company, and certain fans within the Star Wars franchise were excited to see who would take over after Kennedy. I like how they put quotes there. Certain fans. They're mad. They want her to go. How dare they? They actually want good Star Wars. Quickly after the report, Kennedy announced that she had no plans of retiring, and that was the last fans heard of it. At Star Wars Celebration in Japan, Screen Rant's Ashen Crossan was speaking to Kennedy in a shared media suite with Collider. When she asked Kennedy about the news, Kennedy, to her credit, made it very clear that she's not planning on going anywhere. When asked, Kennedy replied, "I'm not retired. I'm not going anywhere." She was then asked about what fans and the public knew in comparison to what was going on at the studio and behind closed doors, and Kennedy made it clear that she would always be honest with fans about what was happening at Lucasfilm. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Is she going to quit? Probably not. Like I said, if you look at the old, because the original statement was at Deadline. That's where I believe it was with Deadline that she came out and talked about it, or was it with Variety? I think they have it in this article. If you kind of read between the lines with that interview that she gave, and I believe it was with Deadline. Yeah, it was with Deadline. She talks about retirement. Not saying she's going to retire, but she talks about it. And she says even if she does step down, like she's in the process of finding a replacement because she's like 70 years old. I think, right? Isn't she like 70? Yeah, 71. So basically what it sounds like is going to happen is at some point, maybe this year, next year, or in a couple of years, she is going to retire. But it's not going to be like a traditional retirement. She's going to kind of do like what Bob Iger did when he stepped down and Bob Chapek came in. She's still going to stick around and kind of run shit. But, Dave Filoni or whoever else will be the president, and she'll still be there to, quote unquote, help them out. And she also wants to still work on things. So she's pretty much still going to be in charge even when she retires. So she's not going anywhere. And this is, of course, funny, because a lot of people have pretty much made their whole existence on her retiring, and she's just never going to go anywhere. I think it'll be at least a decade until she quits Star Wars. Because even if she steps down, she's still going to have influence. She's still going to have power. She's basically still going to be the boss, even when she's not. That's what's really going to happen with their job. She's not going anywhere. So even when somebody else steps in as president, and it is going to be, I guarantee you it's going to be Dave Filoni, 100%. She's still going to be there, and she's still going to be pretty much telling him what to do. Because for some reason, she knows where bodies are buried, and there's no getting rid of her. This is not going to happen. They would have got rid of her a long time ago if that was going to be the case. So she's not going anywhere. She has made sure you know that again. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.